Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and today I'll be doing a review of the Huiying Toys HY853 quadcopter. And now, I just want to say, I originally, when I bought this from GearBest, I ordered the HY852 version, and they don't even sell the 853, but the 853 showed up, so I'm not too sure what's going on there, if they have both and they're just sending them at random, or it's just mine, but the only difference is the body style, as you can see on the box here. I'll show you. The 853 is the version I got with kind of this spaceship frog look to it, and the 852 is more of a, you know, kind of an angry looking, I don't know, something. And I would have preferred the 852 body style, but I guess I didn't get that. And I mean, it's just the style of the canopy. There's nothing different about it other than that, so I just let it go. I'm not gonna try and get a refund. And right away you can notice that it's green and I love that. And underneath here it's kind of like a transparent green and it's neon. It looks so cool. And the prop, I don't really like the top design. It's just kind of, I wish they kept it the transparent green plastic all the way through. That would have looked so cool, and it would have made night flying better. And then it has green props up front, white in the back, and then it has this green prop guard. But you might notice that the clearance, the clearance on this is like a lot of clearance. So this is pretty much the first prop guard I've ever seen that actually functions really well. There's just so much clearance. It's a nice beefy plastic. It's got a lot of give to it before you hit the props, and it also has the little pegs on it, so you can hit the ceiling and pretty much never, unless you slam it full into the ceiling. And now another thing, I'm not 100% sure on this, but the motors, I think maybe 8mm. I can't tell without taking it apart, and I didn't want to take it apart, but the motors, I lined it up next to a 7mm motor I had, and it just looked bigger, and this has a lot of power to it, and I don't know, I couldn't decide, but they're either 7 or 8, I'm just not 100% sure. It comes with a full set of spare props, a little screwdriver, a USB charger with ending in the micro LOSI plug, and a prop removal tool. So nice package there, lots of stuff. The included LiPo battery is 300 milliamp hours, and it's 25C, one cell, 3.7 volts. So a decent battery for a quad this size, considering the Hubs X4, about the same size, uses a 240, so not too bad. And then the manual here, it covers, it's kind of confusing because it covers their other models, 2 nanos and then the 2 micros, but they're the same thing. And I'm pretty sure they all use the same transmitter that it has, but it wasn't too bad of a manual. I understood most of the things. It's just kind of confusing because it talks about like a nano, and then it talks about this one, and then it's just kind of weird like that. And here's the box if you haven't seen it. It's an okay box. It's not too big, not too small, but okay box. And then here's the transmitter. And now some people don't like this transmitter, but I've actually found it to be fine for me. I mean, for a pincher, I can understand it's not very nice just feeling it right now, but for a thumb flyer, I think it's actually not bad at all. It's a lot bigger than a standard nano transmitter. The sticks are really smooth on mine. And now up here on the top, you see F, B, L, and R, and that is your forward and backward trim, and your left and right trim for your right stick. So that's a little awkward to have it up there, but you know, if you just think about it for a second before you press them, or just glance down quick since they're marked, you can figure it out pretty easily. And I thought it was interesting that these are all clear and you can see inside the antenna and the board. I don't know, I like that. And then down here we have your flip button. You just click it once and it'll beep, and then you give input and it'll do a flip. And the flips on these are kind of weird. It does like a 3/4 flip, and then it levels out quick, so it's still a really nice flip, nice and tight, doesn't lose altitude, but it's just an interesting flip, but I really like that. And then over here you have fast and slow, and you click that, and there's 3 rates, and there's one, I think there's one yaw rate. I flew it just before this review just to like refresh my mind of it, and the yaw, every time I went into high rate switching through them, I thought I could hear it slow down. So I'm somewhat thinking the yaw on high rates is a little bit slower than mid rates and low rates, but I don't know. I'm probably crazy. And then the pitch is okay, and high rates, it's not too great. Maybe like that. I wish it would be a little bit more because this has a lot of power and it can climb out of that and gain altitude easily. So I wish it had a little bit more pitch. but that certainly does not stop it from going fast. You can recalibrate the accelerometer by putting both sticks to the inside corners like that. And now the manual, I think, talked about headless mode, but I couldn't figure out like what it was saying and stuff, and I just let that go. And with the battery here, with the included USB charger, it takes about 40 minutes to charge. And with the guard on, you get about 5 minutes of flight time. And with the guard removed, you get about 6 minutes of flight time. And there is one screw in each arm for the guard, and then you have to replace that after you take the guard out. So that's somewhat inconvenient. And the guard also clips around the motor pod, but it's not going anywhere, and it's really nice. Overall, it's really smooth, and something that I only noticed after another person's review, Flying Ryan, he said that when it like hit the wall and it bounced off and spun around for some reason, it would come back to the yaw, or the heading that it was when it hit the yaw. So it's kind of like a headless mode that only turns on when it gets spun around like that. And I tried it out just by hovering it and then like hitting the one side, and then it would spin around, and then it would come back and go back to that same heading. So that's really weird, but kind of interesting. I mean, it doesn't really serve too much of a purpose, but it's just a cool feature to, I don't know, just to have there. It has LEDs. They're pretty nice. Let's turn on. And I forgot to say, but the transmitter takes 4 AAA batteries. Okay, here we have the LEDs, and the battery just slides in the bay. As you can see, it's darkening out the entire camera. But the back 2 LEDs are green, and the 2 arm LEDs up here are blue, and then there's 2 in the middle here which are white. However, one of my white ones is kind of like flickering, and it just never really, I don't know. But the LEDs, since they're all shining through green plastic, especially the white ones, they kind of get washed out and turn into green, so it's kind of weird for night flying, but that's not really a problem. And one negative I found about this that I don't like is, say if I kind of figure out how to hack the transmitter. If you do the flip button, like you're ready to flip, and then you go up and you do the flip and you cut throttle, like say you're going to do a double flip, but if you do it before it starts to flip, it'll lock you out pretty much. So any throttle you give, no matter how small, it'll go full throttle, and it won't stop until you unplug the quad and plug it back in. So I thought that was really weird, but I was able to land it. I tried it a couple times just to see if I knew like I could figure it out. And then another thing is, like, if you drop it, it'll kind of do like the Hubs and X4 does. It'll go like that down to the ground, and it just can't recover. It'll do that. And like if you drop it in a weird way, so it's, I don't know, it's got a really nice accelerometer, which is really weird why it does that. But other than that, let's see the other colors. There's the red, black, and blue. Yeah, it's just a really nice quad overall. I bought it for, I think it was $22.69 on GearBest.com. Pretty fast shipping it came to me. So yeah, I really like it. I wish I got the 852 version, but other than that, super great quad. So yeah, let's go check out the flight review. Okay, here we are for the indoor flight of the Huiying Toys HY853 quadcopter. As you can see, I have the prop guard installed, and it's a very effective prop guard. You can see the lights there, 2 greens in the back, 2 blues in the front with 2 whites in the eyes. So sort of confusing as they all kind of shine through the green plastic, so they're all kind of green. But overall, it looks pretty nice. So yeah, let's start off with stock transmitter and low rates. See here, I'll start right off with the yaw. There's the full yaw. There's only one yaw. It does not change, but that is the full yaw. So, you know, not bad, not great, somewhere in between. Here's low rates pitch. So as you can see, pretty low. Be really nice for a beginner. Let's go to mid rates pitch. There we go. So a bit better. And then here's high rates pitch. So not as much as I would like, but you know, not bad. So you can. Let's try a flip here. Press the flip button. My battery's a bit low. I didn't have time to fully charge it, but even then you can see it still does really nice flips. So let's come over here and test out the prop guard. And then first against the ceiling. It does protect against the ceiling, so very nice there. Oh yeah, I have low battery. I didn't charge this nearly enough, but prop guard works very well. As you can see there, it's like, oh man. Oop. Looks like my battery's fully dead, but yeah, I guess I think I showed everything there. I mean, that wasn't really a good indoor flight, but I have to... I didn't have enough time to charge that, but I showed the flips, the rates, and the prop guard. The only other thing was funnels. However, it's a little bit too slow on the yaw for funnels indoors, and other than that, just indoor flying. But mainly the most fun you get out of this is outside. So, yeah, I guess that was good enough. I might do a retake, but I don't think so. I don't feel like it. So, yeah, let's go check out the outdoor flight. Okay, here we are outdoors for a flight of the Huiying Toys HY853 quadcopter. As you can see, I have now removed the prop guard. I have it bound up to the stock transmitter in low rate, so let's give it a hand toss. Okay, let's start off, and there's almost absolutely no wind out right now. So let's just try and hover here. You can see very stable. See under it, above it. You can see it looks pretty cool. Here's the one yaw rate that it has. Moving just a little bit, but that's the one constant yaw that it has throughout all the rates. And then here is low rates pitch. So as you can see, pretty low pitch would be great for a beginner, especially with that prop guard on, since that prop guard is probably the most functional I've ever seen. Let's medium rates here. You can see a little bit more pitch. For an intermediate flyer, it'd be fine. And then here, going to high rates. And then this is the most pitch that it'll do. I wish it was a little bit more, because it just has so much power to go with that, but overall it's still a really nice flyer and it can get going pretty fast. So let's do some speed runs here. See, pretty fast. Let's try and get over the camera. But yeah, it's pretty fast. Got lots of power. Even at full pitch, you can still climb. Like I said, I'm not sure. I think the motors may be 8mm. I can't tell. I haven't taken it apart. I don't think it's worth doing that. But either way, it has lots of power. So let's bring it in and let's try out some flips. So just press the button and do the flip. And it does kind of, with the prop guard on, I've noticed it does more of the full symmetrical circle flips, but without it, it kind of goes like that. Like it's not... You can hear it more than you can see it. I mean, I doubt on camera you can, but it's just something I noticed in real life. However, still really nice flips. Let's get a funnel going here. Probably can't really see it because of the green. Everything's green. Green grass, but there's a full funnel. It's as tight as you're gonna get. Holding really well, just the sticks right there. Let's just do some fast flying here. Like I said, it's not a super fast quad because of the somewhat limited pitch. However, it's just so smooth and such a nice flyer. I found that it's definitely one of my favorites. And it's just so nice, and it's like $22 ready to fly, so really nice and cheap. So yeah, there's not really too much else to show. I mean, it's all, there's no headless mode or anything. Or wait, yeah, almost forgot. The sort of the yaw headless thing, I wanted to show it outdoors. So I'm not going to touch the yaw here. And then you can see it, it comes back to the original heading, like if you hit a wall or something. Whoop, whoop, look, see, it comes back. And I'll turn it this way and hit it, and it turns back to the yaw. And I'm not giving any yaw. I don't know if I'm getting the transmitter in view. Turn it back towards me and hit it. You see it comes back to that heading, which I don't know why that's a feature, but I think it's sort of cool. It's just, I don't know, I've had fun playing around with it. See, it's kind of like in headless, it just never uses it unless it's hit off course, which is, you know, interesting, but yeah, I guess that's good enough. So that was my review of the Huiying Toys HY853 quadcopter, which is the exact same thing as the 852, except for the body style. I ordered the 852, I just got sent the 853, but, you know, doesn't matter, it still flies great. Really nice quadcopter, I do highly recommend it. A little bit more towards beginners, I think, because of that super effective prop guard, and the rates aren't too high. The yaw is okay, but the pitch is good too. It's just not what I'd call great like the JJ1000. But overall, a very nice quadcopter. I do highly recommend it. Please subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.